Hey guys, welcome to Star Wars Corner, where we're making sense of this vast galaxy of Star Wars. Today we're going to be talking about the Clone Army and its origins. But before we jump into the video, make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars content. Many years before the events of Episode 1 take place, Jedi Master Sifo Dyas commissions the Kaminoan cloners to create an army for the Republic. However, the Jedi Council and the Galactic Senate did not feel the same and shoot down his request to create an army. From there, he goes to the Kaminoans in secret and commissions them to create this army, saying that he has the backing of the Jedi Council. Soon after commissioning the clones, the Sith take control of this plan. Count Dooku, going under the name of Tyrannus, has the Pike Syndicate kill Sifo Dyas. Sidious and Dooku step in and take over the project, recruiting Jango Fett to be the DNA template for the clone army. Each clone is an altered copy of this skilled bounty hunter. Modifications were made to the DNA template so that the clones would grow at an accelerated rate and be totally obedient, unlike the more aggressive and independent Jango. While on Kamino, the clones received the highest level of combat training, tactical training, and strategic training from an early age. And by 10 years, a clone would be fully mature and ready for battle. Coincidentally, the Clone Wars would begin about 10 years after the Clone Army was commissioned. Well, actually, if we know the Sith's involvement, it wasn't coincidence. Ultimately, the creation of the Clone Army was controlled by the Sith, but none of the clones actually knew the details of this plot. In Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan Kenobi discovers the Clone Army on Kamino while chasing a lead. It's also during this time that Count Dooku is leading the beginnings of a separatist movement. It is clear that the Jedi do not have the manpower to go head-to-head with the separatist army. So Grandmaster Yoda receives the first batch of 200,000 clones and rescues the Jedi trapped on Geonosis. The Battle of Geonosis would launch a galaxy-wide conflict known as the Clone Wars. The clone troopers served side by side with their Jedi generals in battles on Christophsis, Ryloth, Seleucami, Geonosis again, Anaxis, and more. It was a galaxy-wide conflict. The clones continued to be perfect soldiers who were loyal to the Republic. They never questioned an order. They were able to think creatively, and this would be a trait that turned the tide of many battles throughout the war. But if you remember though, the Sith were behind the creation of the Clone Army. Palpatine arranged for the Kaminoans to implant an inhibitor chip in each clone's head. This chip would ensure that no clone would be able to resist the command to kill their Jedi generals. Now officially, the chip's purpose was to make the clones less aggressive and less independent like Jango Fett. However, during the battle on the Ringo Vinda space station, this plot was nearly revealed when Clone Trooper Tup's chip malfunctions. This causes him to gun down Jedi General Tiplar. However, fellow 501st Trooper Fives was skeptical that this was simply a malfunction. He soon discovers the true nature of the inhibitor chips and eventually Palpatine's involvement. After a failed assassination attempt, he is chased through the depths of Coruscant, but Fives is unable to prove this freshly uncovered conspiracy and is killed by Clone Commander Fox. The war would continue without the plot being exposed, although the Jedi would remain increasingly wary of the war, Palpatine, and the growing presence of the dark side. But they would remain faithful in their clone troopers. Shortly after the defeat of General Grievous, Palpatine initiates Order 66. The loyal clone troopers are unable to resist the order, and within moments, most of the Jedi spread around the galaxy are killed. Soon after Order 66 and the establishment of the Galactic Empire, the clones remained in the service of the Empire. However, because of their accelerated growth, they would quickly age out of frontline service these clones would be replaced by a volunteer process. As the clones aged, they would find unique positions within the Empire. Some would join the Emperor's royal guard, and some would become training officers. After the halt of clone production on Kamino, a final batch was given to the Empire. They would form a death squad for Vader's Inquisitors, and they would become known as the Purge Troopers. These Purge Troopers would work alongside the Inquisitors and hunt down and kill the remaining Jedi after Order 66. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned something new about the clone troopers. As always, thank you for joining me at Star Wars Corner.